Hello my loves and welcome back at long last to my sketchbook. Thanks also to Skillshare for supporting today's sketchbook session. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've been in a bit of a creative block, stuck for ideas and motivation, and I thought what better way to snap myself out of it than to, instead of trying to come up with my own idea, figure out what it is that I like about existing art and see if I can transfer some of that magic into my own art. This is such a great way to get back in the swing of making art when you're not sure what you want to paint or you're just not enjoying your usual work anymore. Not only do you get to take the pressure off of finding the right thing to work on, you just get to actively appreciate and explore someone else's art and hopefully along the way learn something about it, or in the very least just get a bit inspired. So this still life I'm painting is called A Bouquet of Flowers. It's by, I think, a Belgian painter called Clara Peters, and it's from around 1612. And what really drew me to this painting was the level of detail, the use of colours, and the dark background. I also really wanted to capture in my study some of the movement that the artist has been able to suggest in the way that all the flowers are positioned around each other. I tried to remember those areas of focus while I worked. I originally started out with an image in my head of how this study would turn out, but I realised pretty early on that I was a bit rusty from not having painted in several weeks, so instead of aiming for something perfectly finished and neat, I decided to keep things loose and just ease myself back into the process of painting. Also, how this painting turned out wasn't hugely important to me in the end. My main priority was just to get myself back in the habit of painting. I have felt pulled one way or another over the last few weeks with just different priorities taking up my time and attention, and it's always hard for me to justify making time for art when I'm so busy, but I really want to change that mindset and make sure that art is coming first as often as possible. I also always make the excuse to myself that I don't know what to paint, but I think doing something like this is the perfect solution for times like this. Anyway, getting my priorities in order and building good habits is a great way to segue into mentioning a Skillshare class that I took recently. I absolutely love Michelle B on YouTube. I have been watching her videos for years, but she also has a brilliant Skillshare class called Designing the Life You Want, 4 exercises for clarity and motivation, which is just what it sounds like. She gives you some really useful, actionable exercises to get clear on your values and just sort of inspire and motivate yourself to go after it and make it work. As I said, Skillshare are sponsoring today's video. They've been a consistent support for my channel and they're a service that I've been using personally for years at this point, and I'm sure that you know by now it's an online learning community with real projects to dive into, classes on topics ranging from illustration to entrepreneurship, plus the support of fellow creatives. The catalogue of thousands of classes is constantly growing. They're always launching new premium classes, plus the platform itself is curated specifically for learning, meaning that there are no ads, which is ideal for staying focused, and all that is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. That said, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. So thanks as always to Skillshare, and let's dive back into this video. I obviously would love for my days to mainly consist of making art and just exploring different ideas, learning things and experimenting, but there are always more pressing tasks to be getting on with. That said, I think I need to be a bit more protective over the slots of creative time that I have scheduled in throughout the week. I'm always at my happiest with my art when I'm creating consistently and when I'm doing a little something every day or every other day. Anyway, how are you all doing? I feel like we haven't caught up in ages. I hope that you're all well and enjoying the sunnier days maybe finding some time for your own creative hobbies too. Otherwise, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon for the next one. Bye.